undergo a hair follicle test, citing the constitutional principle that public office is a public trust. What do you say to this, Mr. President?
No. No. Why should I do that? You know, see, what they say, public trust, public office, public has nothing to do with the follicle test. There's no, wala namang connection ng sinasabi na. He's always had that weakness every time when he was still working for me. If you believe in what he was saying, why did he work for me?
Narinig ko yan at may nagpadala sa akin ng video. You know, I am giving him the chance to prove himself to the people. Ito yung story ang hindi mamatay-matay. I never accused him of someone who is using drugs. In fact, I was the one who presented his negative drug test result way back in November of 2021. At nagpapatuloy ang usapin na yan. So ang sabi ko, para matapos na, yung istorya hindi mamatay-matay, I was suggesting, I am still suggesting, we should undergo an open, fair, transparent, and credible hair follicle drug test. So that if it turns out negative, sinabi ko na ito, yung resultang negatibo, sampal niya sa mukha ng lahat na nag-aakusa sa kanya. And I will feel relief because I was the one who presented initially yung kanyang negative drug test. I presented it first sa PIDEA, and then NBI, and then PNP. So yun ang konteksto nito.
Attorney, yung kung sinabi natin na kayo po yung nag-present, yung veracity po ng truthfulness po nung result po ng drug test, is it true? Ano po yung source po natin doon or nandun po kayo nang kinunan po siya?
Hindi ka pwedeng naroon sapagkat nung panahon na yun, tatandaan mo, I am referring to the year November of 2021. Yan pandemya pa. At bawal kang basta lang pupunta sa ospital. At ang protocol noon, kung meron ka makaramdaman, kung gusto mo magpatingin, punta ka mag-isa. That was the prevailing condition then. At I have no doubt not to believe yung resulta niya na gananggaling sa St. Luke's Medical Center sa BGC, sa Taguig. And hindi nga mamatay-matay. So para matapos na yan, since he is the Chief Executive Officer, he is the President, and leadership by example, ano ba naman yung magpailalim na dyan sa hair follicle drug test as a method? And I stand by doon sa aking paniniwala na public office is public trust, and all public officers must at all times be made accountable to the people.
Had there been any time na sumunod siya sa suggestion po ninyo, sa barukada po ninyo?
Kasi sinagot na nga niya, ayaw daw niya eh. So who am I to impose my opinion on him? Hindi naman na kami magkasama.
Attorney, yung result na yun is hair follicle din siya?
Urine.
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 Okay, so can we still expect that the President will still undergo?
You ask if I'm not the President, I'm not him. With his statement, sinabi niya no. So, siya tanungin niya, not me. I am just reacting to his reaction. At matagal nang standing usapin yan eh. And sa lahat ng usapin yan, ako'y consistent. Because gusto ko rin malaman, baka naman nagsinungaling ako sa mamamayang Pilipino na nagpresenta ako ng isang maling resulta. At pagka yan naman ay talagang totoo, yun nga, napitan niya yung mga nag-akusa sa kanya openly. At ipakita niya yung kanyang negative resulta.
If given a chance, sakaling manalo kayo as senator, will you make it as a law?
I think we have to strengthen the PIDEA and make it among the duties of, among the many duties of PIDEA to initiate yung annual or periodic mandatory drug test using as a method yung hair follicle drug test para wala nang tanungan.
Will this include hindi lang yung elected officials, pati po yung mga public servants po, pati po yung nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno?
Again, public office is public trust. Yung gwardiya nga nag-a-apply ng trabaho, hihingan mo ng drug test na negatibo eh. Yung driver nga ng pamilya o driver sa isang bus fleet na malaki, hinihingaan mo eh ng negatibong drug test eh. Bakit naman hindi ang ating mga elected and appointed official? Sila ay lingkod bayan, sila ay sumasahod gamit ang kaban at taxes ng bayan. So there must be a higher degree of accountability. Because public office is public trust.
Attorney, yung reaction niyo po sa answer po ni, sa reaction nung tanong si PBBM with regards to kung meron bang contingency plan if the Supreme Court will favor your petition on nullifying the 2025 law. Sabi niya, no, wala daw, we shut down, and then yun daw yung...
The framers of the 1987 Constitution already presented a contingency plan. At ano yun? Yung automatic or reenacted budget. Yung framers na ng Constitution ang nag-anticipate yan. Sila na ang nag-provide ng mekanismo o solusyon sakaling magkaroon ng ganyang kaganapan. At hindi nga naman talaga madali sagutin yung katanungan sa kanya sapagkat hindi pa nangyayari yan. Subalit, dinala tayo sa ganitong estado, blanco yung Bicameral Conference Committee report, ratifikado, pirmado, aprobado at naiahin doon sa House of Representatives Bills and Exception. Bawal yan sapagkat yan ay isang malaking criminal violation. Kung sino man yung may makating kamay na nakialam at naglagay ng mga halaga na umaabot sa daang bilyong piso sa mga blanco is guilty of falsification of legislative document, is guilty of usurpation of authority dahil Kongreso lamang ang maaaring makialam sa pagpasa ng ating taunang budget. Iyan yung aming argumento na inihain sa Korte Suprema.
May nagtatanong, attorney, no, bakit hindi niyo daw sinali, no, sa petition si PBBM since siya naman yung...
Meron siyang immunity from suit as long as he is the president. Hindi dahil hindi siya dapat ilagay doon. We know our laws. Hindi siya pwedeng impleaded. Kaya ang impleaded is yung tanggapan ng Pangulo through the Executive Secretary. Yan ang dahilan.
So, do you think the answer of the President with regards to when he was asked na may contingency plan, do you think it was just gaslighting?
Well, that is his answer and we leave it at that and we take it as it is. But what I'm saying is, kahit walang plano, assuming wala silang plano, konstitusyon na, saligang batas na ang naglatag ng plano. Uuwi tayo sa reenacted budget. Yun ang plano.
So, attorney, are you one with the former president of saying na culpable yung mga tao na nagpabaya na hayaang blanco?
Siyempre, alam ninyo, pagka bumili ka ng isang property, lupa or condominium or apartment or townhouse, hindi ka papayag na bibigyan ka ng seller ng isang titulong blanco. Hahanapin mo yung technical description, hahanapin mo yung mga bearings, dahil paano ka magkakaroon ng muhon kung bibigyan ka lang ng titulong blanco. Ganon din ang budget, hindi pwedeng blanco. Tanungin ninyo, yung mga miyembro ng sangguniang barangay, marunong magpasa ng budget yan? Tanungin ninyo, yung mga miyembro, yung mga konsehal natin sa munisipyo, sa syudad, yung ating mga board members sa provincial board member, tingnan ninyo, marunong magpasa ng budget yan. At hindi pwedeng blanco. Even the Supreme Court, hindi pwedeng magpanukala yan ng budget na merong kahit isang blanco, kahit isang sentimo. Bakit? Pera ng sambayan ng Pilipino yan. Dapat yan ay pinakakaingatan, binibigyan ng halaga at binabantayan.
So ano yung timeline, attorney, na mag-decision ng Supreme Court?
It's up to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
And I think they will be asked, yung mga impleaded parties will be asked to file their comment. And from there, the Supreme Court will assess on whether we are sufficient, yung ating petition is complete in form and substance. And I do not want to speculate on how the Supreme Court will dispose of the pending petition.
Pero tingin nyo ba, attorney, sadya talaga yun? Sinadya talaga yun nila or...
Ano naman, 28 line items blank consisting of 13 pages. Hindi naman magkamali lang isang pahina, isang patlang. 28 na blanco. At ang masaklap pa nun, firmado, aprobado, ratifikado at inihain sa Bills and Index Service ng House of Representatives. Meaning, final na yun. Pag-enrolled bill na, wala ka nang pwedeng gawin doon, hindi na pwedeng galawin yun. Ang kinatatanging gagawin mo na lamang doon ay printing para maging job yung General Appropriations Bill. And it's up to the President to sign or not to sign. When he signs it, the job becomes GAA. Pag ayaw niya, mabibito yung job pa yun. Yun yung flow ng budget.
Itong ginawa niya na is very defensive, he was caught off guard he didn't make any sense, no, on his answer. At pinasa pa nga niya doon kay AVR, no, kung saan si mismong AVR ang who's been calling for hair follicle drug testing, pinasa na ngayon ni Bongbong Marcos itong pagiging weak daw, kaya nasabi ni Atty. Vic Rodriguez yun. So therefore, kung meron mang skepticism, nawala na yun. And in fact, I would probably argue na anong tawag nito, mas lalo pang umigting ang pagdududa ngayon ng taong bayan dahil nga sa kanyang the manner that he answered those questions. And I think Bongbong Marcos was really caught off guard by that question from a reporter, and I praise the reporter for asking that question, no? And there was this sense of disbelief, no? Na parang hindi makapaniwala si Bongbong Marcos na tinanong siya noon ng isang reporter na yon. At parang it was an answer, it was a very uncomfortable answer for him na hindi na niya nga, no, na napagtanto ang ibig niyang sabihin, and it led him to declare that such a call for a hair follicle drug test has nothing to do with public office being a public trust, which defies common logic. No, it doesn't take a genius to understand what the meaning of public office is a public trust. Kasi nga, you are answerable to the people, and in fact, undergoing a hair follicle drug test shouldn't only be mandatory but should always be voluntary on the part of that public servant, precisely because of that very basic principle, the very basic tenet that a public office is a public trust. So he failed to understand it, probably because he was caught off guard, and we all know may history itong si Bongbong Marcos na ang gusto niyan is predetermined at pre-arranged, no, yung mga questions. Kaya makikita nyo when Bongbong Marcos speaks, no, pagka mga prepared speeches, maganda talagang mag-deliver, very eloquent, no? Pero if you look at the history of this guy, pagka mga ambush interviews, he doesn't really make any sense, no, sa mga sagot niya. At kabilang na nga yan, itong kanina nga lang ata na sagot niya. And in fact, towards the later portion of that answer, no, sinabi pa niya na weak daw si Atty. Vic Rodriguez, no? He's been very weak daw nung nagtrabaho pa si Atty. Vic sa kanya. At ang kanyang logic is, kung ganun daw ang pananaw ni Atty. Vic Rodriguez, bakit daw nagtrabaho pa si Atty. Vic Rodriguez sa kanya? I mean, it doesn't follow. It's a non sequitur, no? Na kesyo nagtrabaho si Atty. Vic sa kanya, that exonerates him from the accusations na he is a drug user. When the only way to unequivocally prove that he is not is to undergo hair follicle drug testing. What's keeping him from doing it? Everybody's doing it. Ipanaw candidates did it. Pulong Duterte did it. VP Sara Duterte has been calling for hair follicle drug testing doon sa mga young guns sa Kongreso. Apparently, hindi naman kumasa. So that creates, no, the contradiction right there, MJ and Admar.